I poured my heart into those words, hoping you'd see my sincerity, but your silence only deepens the wound I tried to heal. Every apology is a bridge, yet your refusal to cross it leaves me stranded in regret and confusion. I thought my words could mend what I broke, but maybe some cracks are too deep for any apology to reach. Your silence after my apology screams louder than any words of forgiveness ever could. I wonder if you ignored my apology because it came too late, or if my words were never enough for the pain I caused. I apologized not just for you, but for the part of me that couldn't live with the guilt. But now I wonder if it mattered at all. I keep replaying my apology in my mind, searching for the flaw that made it unworthy of your acknowledgement. An apology is a risk, a leap of vulnerability, but your silence makes me question why I even tried. They say words can heal, but yours, or lack thereof, have left my heart feeling emptier than before. Maybe your refusal to respond to my apology isn't about me, but it still cuts deeper than I can explain. I bared my soul to say I was sorry, but your indifference tells me I was speaking to a wall of ice. Do you ignore my apology because it hurts to acknowledge the past, or because forgiving me feels impossible? It feels like my apology is a ghost, unseen and unheard, wandering through the void of your silence. Your silence in response to my apology is the loudest rejection I've ever experienced. I didn't just say I was sorry. I showed it in every way I knew how. But still, your silence lingers. Ignoring an apology is like leaving a wound untreated. It festers, growing worse with every passing day. I gave you my heart in those words, but now I realize I can't make you accept what you're not ready to receive. Your silence is a reminder that forgiveness is a gift, not a guarantee, and perhaps you're not ready to give it. I thought my apology was the end of my guilt, but your refusal to acknowledge it has only intensified my regret. Your lack of response makes me wonder if you truly heard my apology or if my words got lost in the noise of your pain. I said I was sorry, not because I expected forgiveness, but because it was the right thing to do, even if it falls on deaf ears. Ignoring my apology tells me you've built a wall so high no words could ever climb it. When you ignore an apology, you leave the other person drowning in unanswered questions and unspoken emotions. Maybe you ignored my apology because it wasn't enough, or maybe I was never enough to begin with. Your silence in the face of my apology feels like an echo of my mistakes, bouncing back at me endlessly. I apologized to make things right, but your lack of acknowledgement makes me question if anything can ever be right again. Ignoring an apology doesn't erase the past. It just creates new wounds where healing could have been. I wonder if you ignored my apology because accepting it would mean confronting the hurt I caused. I wanted to be brave and face my mistakes, but your silence makes me feel more broken than before. My apology was my truth, but maybe your silence is yours. I thought my apology would be a balm to our pain, but instead your silence has turned it into a deeper scar. Ignoring an apology doesn't mean the hurt disappears. It only solidifies the walls between us. I'm left here wondering if my apology was ignored out of anger, indifference, or simply because it came too late. The silence after an apology is heavier than any argument. It's the weight of unresolved pain. Ignoring my apology feels like punishing me twice, once for the mistake and again for trying to make amends. Your silence after my apology has taught me that not all wounds are ready to heal when we are. It's hard to know if my apology was unworthy or if your silence is a reflection of your own battles. I gave you my regret in words, but your silence feels like a door slammed in the face of my vulnerability. I didn't expect instant forgiveness, but I didn't expect complete indifference either. I apologized because I cared, but now I wonder if my words ever even mattered to you. They say forgiveness sets you free, but your refusal to acknowledge my apology has left us both imprisoned. Your silence after my apology feels like a storm I can't weather, no matter how hard I try. Ignoring my apology doesn't erase the hurt. It only adds layers of unspoken pain between us. I wonder if you ignored my apology because you don't believe me or because you no longer care. Every word of my apology was a step toward healing, but your silence feels like a step backward into the void. I gave you my sincerity in those words, but perhaps it wasn't what you needed to hear. Apologies are a gift, but when ignored, they feel like unopened letters left to gather dust.